Hello, friends, and welcome back to our channel. It is time for a story. Today's story is called Rosie Saves the World, and this is by Debbie Herman and illustrated by Tammie Lyon. We hope you enjoyed today's story. As usual, please like and share this video and hit that notification bell so you will know when we post more stories. Okay, let's start. Rosie was excited. She was going to save the world. Her Hebrew school class had been learning about tikkun olam, repairing the world by doing good deeds. Her teacher called them mitzvot. Rosie was sure she could do good deeds, great deeds, in fact, so she set out to help the people in her community. Rosie dusted off her old wagon. She was just leaving when her mother came home. Rosie, honey, can you give me a hand with the groceries? There are more in the car. I'd love to, said Rosie, but I have to go save the world. It is time for Operation Can Collection. Rosie knew it was a mitzvah to feed the hungry, so she knocked on the doors of people she knew and asked them to donate cans of food. They gave her tuna, sweet potatoes, baby carrots, and asparagus. After Rosie loaded up the wagon, she wheeled it over to Francesca's food bank. How thoughtful, exclaimed Francesca, looking at the collection. And just when our stock was running low, you're quite a superhero. Rosie smiled proudly. She could get used to this tikkun thing. Rosie's next project was Operation Tutor Tots. She had learned it was a mitzvah to teach others, so she decided to go to the library to help little kids with their homework. As Rosie gathered her tutoring supplies, her brother Simon called her. Rosie, can you help me draw the letter Aleph? I keep messing up. Sorry, said Rosie. Can't keep the tots waiting. And she ran out the door. Later that week, Rosie got ready for Operation Sing with Seniors. She'd get to do the mitzvah of respecting the elderly while showcasing her musical talents. As Rosie tuned her ukulele, her dad walked into the room. Hey, Rosie Cheeks, he said, how about coming with me to visit Grandma? Next time, said Rosie. Today I'm busy saving the world, but please give Grandma a kiss for me. Rosie skipped over to the assisted living residence, where she played her ukulele and sang. She even took requests. Later, she walked around and talked with the residents. They told her she was a star. The next day, Rosie was in her room creating a Save the World spreadsheet. Her mother called to her. Rosie, can you please clean out Leo's litter box? It's really starting to smell. I'll do it later, Rosie called back. I'm busy planning a new Save the World projects, and you just gave me an idea. Rosie added Operation Pamper Pets to help her spreadsheet. She thought about how much fun it would be to help out the animal shelter. After all, she knew it was a mitzvah to be kind to animals. On the way home, from the animal shelter, Rosie heard crying coming from Albert's house. She knocked on the door to make sure everything was okay. An exhausted-looking Mrs. Albert opened the door, bouncing her baby, Louis, in her arms. I just can't get him to sleep, she explained, and I have a deadline to meet for work. Say no more, said Rosie, scooping up the baby, Louis, in her arms. Rosie rocked Louis, gave him a bottle, and even changed him. When Louis was finally asleep, Rosie tidied up the living room, and Mrs. Albert finished her work just in the nick of time. You're a lifesaver, exclaimed Mrs. Albert, giving Rosie a big hug. I bet you're a huge help at home, aren't you? Rosie thought for a moment. She thought of her mother and the grocery bags. She thought of Simon trying to write an Aleph. She thought of her father visiting Grandma without her, and she thought of Leo in his stinky litter box. Well, actually, Rosie stammered, I have to go, and she raced out the door. Hiya, sigh, said Rosie, plopping down next to her brother, who was in front of their house. Want some help with your chalk drawing? Sure, said Simon. When they finished drawing the biggest dragon ever, Rosie helped Simon draw the letter Aleph. Then Rosie went inside and cleaned out Leo's litter box. Sorry about that, she told Leo, petting him. It won't happen again. Next, she called her grandma. How are you, Grandma? Asked Rosie. It's been a while since we talked. Finally, Rosie went to look for her mother. She found her in the pantry, dusting her cookie jar collection. Want some help? Asked Rosie. I'd love it, said her mother, but I thought you were busy saving the world. I am, said Rosie, picking up a dust cloth. By doing my best mitzvah project yet. Operation Family comes first. Rosie took the superhero cookie jar and got to work. I can save the rest of the world tomorrow. The end. We hope you enjoyed this and thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.